All right, let's continue forward. Bangao has a question about the following series of notes. Now, the way this is supposed to be read is that the note with a slash after it is supposed to be long. Now, I'm not going to be able to get through this whole thing, Bangao. If you record something, it'll be a lot easier. We'll just try to give this a try with just a few blocks of it, because this would take all day to try to do the whole thing with this notation. We're just going to start here. B, C, D, A, B, C, and then G, A, B, and then F, G, A, and then it sounds like something like the same thing. Now, your question here is, what, with this series of notes, is there an approach to finding a chord progression that will go well? So let's just let's program this in here really quick. We'll just do like something like, here's a simple piano. And we'll look at this. Now, I don't know what the rhythm is. I know that you said that one note means it's longer, but that still doesn't tell me what the rhythm is. That just kind of gives me some information on timing. And here's what I can give you with that information. With the information you've given me, here's what I can give you. Here is B, and then C, and then D. And then we'll extend that. And we'll double the speed of this. Like a dat. Now the question is, and then actually let's fill in a few more of these. The next one was B, C, or boom, boom, boom. And then I believe you go down the scale again, right? We'll just stop right here. We'll just stop with those three. So we've got... What chords are supposed to fit here? What chords belong here? Well, there's no right or wrong answer, okay? There really isn't, but there's righter answers and there's wronger answers. What I think about is what note is going to sustain the longest. What note is clearly the most important, okay? In this first little part here, it seems like I could have... This note's really important. And what is it? It's a D, all right? So I'm going to think about what chords include some of these notes where D is a really important note, all right? So let's think about that. Can I think of any chords where D is really important and it might include a B and it might include a C, all right? So D major, D major. Does D major include a B or a C? No, it doesn't, okay? D minor doesn't either. Okay, well, what other kind of chords? If you keep doing this all day, you're gonna pretty quickly realize that G major has a B and a D, all right? G and a B and a D. So I think G major would be a really good chord to have underneath here. So let's just try it out. Here's G, and then G and B and D. So now we've got, all right, that works. That absolutely works. Now, that's not the only chord that would have worked. We could have done a C major chord because these notes are from the C major scale, right? But why do I really want to play a C major chord here when I'm hanging out on this note D? You know, I'm hanging, if I started on the note B, let's listen to what it sounds like, just so we can hear what it sounds like. Here's C, C, we'll invert it. C, E, G, we'll keep it there. Right, so there is with C major on as the chord. This doesn't feel like my starting chord. You know, this is cool jazz intro, but... And like I said, there's lots of wrong answers. For example, if I just decide to move this down, you know, this isn't the way I want to start my song. There's some dissonance going on there. I don't even understand what key that's implying. So what I try to do is think about, you know, what's being supported here by the melody already. And I saw here that I have a B and a D, so that's probably going to be a G chord. Now, there's another chord that would work really well there. You know what else has a B and a D in it? Is a B minor chord. So I could do B, D, and F. This chord. Right? So let's stick with this. Let's stick with B minor. What chord can I do here? Well, what chord has an A and a C in it? I know A minor has an A and a C in it. What else has an A and a C in it? F has an A and a C in it. So let's try F. So here's C, F. Oops. All right. Do I want to do... Don't like that. Okay, let's try... And let's try it without the inversion this time. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's not really what I was expecting, but it's cool. Let's try something a little bit more basic. D, A, and C is going to be A minor, so that would be like A. And you know what? Because we're going from B minor well, maybe let's... And I kind of want something to resolve here. So it would be nice to resolve. So let's bring this down to C major. And I know it'll work good on C major because C major has a G and a C in it. Or, wait, is that where I'm going? G major. Yeah, G major is the chord I want to go to. That's going to be my tonic. G, B, D. And here's a G and a B, G, B. 2 notes of my G major. So, I mean, the simple answer to answer your chords, B minor, A minor, G. Another answer would have been G major, A minor, G major. So let's try that again. Here's G major, G, B, G, B, D. Right? Lots of different options right there. So I hope that answers your question in the sense that, like, there's no right or wrong answer to do something like this. The important thing to think about is what chords are prominent in your melody. And if they're prominent, if they're being sustained, then a sustained note probably has to be related to the underlying chord. It's probably going to be the root note of that chord, or it's going to be the third of that chord, or it's going to be the fifth of that chord. It might be the second, which doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. It might be even the seventh. But it's probably not going to be like the fourth. It's probably not going to be, the sixth. It's probably not going to be the tritone, So think about what notes are important in my melody, what chords could accommodate that. And that is how I would tackle something like that. But more importantly, Bongo, the real answer is to be able to start hearing those chords in your head while you're playing something, like literally as you're writing it. So imagine like hearing those kind of things in your head, like what kind of chord could fit, like eventually in your head, you'll hear something. And then it's your goal to figure out, okay, what chord am I hearing? Am I hearing, or am I hearing, B minor instead? How do I want to, or are you hearing something else? You're hearing C for some reason. But do you hear how many different chords would work over just those 3 notes? I could do an E minor under it, So there's a million choices, millions and millions and millions of options. But what I would think about, and yeah, the reason E minor would work, by the way, is because E minor, you could start on B, and you could end on D, which is the minor 7th. So B, C, D, B, C, D. That would work just fine. And then A, B, C could be over an A minor chord. Totally different feel than what we just got, all right? And just to show you here, now that I'm hearing how good that sounds, let's make this E minor, E, G, G, B, and then this is going to be A minor. Right? Totally different right there. Cool.